who decide that how many team member and what are the team member is required for my team. Alright, so before you start the journey of agile transformation in any organization, you remember what I was trying to convey to all of you is that before you even start your journey, you need to define the sprint cadence. Alright, you understand what's a sprint cadence, right? So what the team structures, how many team members, and what are the compositions should be there, right? It's the leadership team with input from all the stakeholders. They decide that what should be my composition and what should be my number of team members. Alright, now when you start your journey, so agile or the scrum says that you should have a minimum team of, say for example, I can say minimum 3 if you are starting with product owners, scrum masters and one development team, minimum 3, right? Assume that you have 3 team members, 1 and then 2 and then the 3, alright. So I'll tell you why only the small team is required. So if it is a 3 team members, what is the communication channel between them? 3, and it came from n into n minus 1 by 2. So which is 3 into 3 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 3. I'm just adding now, this is the 3 team member. Let me add one more team member which is equal to 4. Now if I'm having 4 team members, assume 1, 2, 3 and 4. So how many communication channel I can have? Yes or no? Yes. So n into n minus 1 by 2, 4 into 4 minus 1 is 3 by 2, which is equal to 6. So I added 1 here, my communication increased twice here. Let me add one more people here, 5 team member in a team. Then how many communication channel? Alright, now you got the point? Alright, if you have 5, then alright, so you start the 6, then 6 is that 3 to 10. We in Scrum and Agile we believe that is to be very small as 3 to 10. So if it is a 9, how many communication channel? 9 into 8 divided by 2, which is 36. Yes or no? So 3 to 9, how many team members I added here extra? 6. But how many times my communication channel increased? 36. So 12 times. So every 6 member I am adding, it's actually making it 12 times, right? So 6 member I added is 12 times it increased the communication channel. Now the problem is that the more is the communication channel, the more is the overhead and the more is the to be in that small team. Yes or no? So for your questions, it has to be done before you start your project, and it has to be the executive leadership team, agile coach, scrum master, input from technical leadership team or the technical team or the past experience. You invite all, right? Take the input, brainstorming, get the ideas. Alright. Now, when you start the delivery life cycle, suppose this is my delivery life cycle, alright? So it starts from requirement gathering, analysis, then the business approval, BA, business approval, then the architecture approval, yes or no, right? And then the start development, then the testing, then SIT and UAT regression testing, UAT or regression testing, and then go live. So this is a typical kind of waterfall model or a typical life cycle. Now what happened, suppose if I am going to start a project in Agile, number one, that I have a requirement gathering phase in waterfall, it will take 2 to 3 months of time. Once they sign up, then only the architecture and business readiness, they will take so much of time, right? 2 months more. Here they will take architecture, take 1 month more, right? And then the architecture to development, right, is a 1 month. And then the development to testing, it will take around 6 months, alright? So the handshake between, then again 6 to, it will take 3 weeks of time or 1 month of time, assume that, and go to production is 15 days. So step by step, phase by phase. If something goes wrong in the testing phase, I cannot even postpone, I cannot go back, go further, I have to go back again. So to avoid that one, what Agile is saying that, hey guys, let us bring one, the back requirement gathering one SME from business team, bring them one, pull one guys here, alright, pull one from architectures or business, it means it's a flow actually, business or the product owner or the SMEs, take one guy, take one architecture team and take one into development team and one into testing team, and of course the SIT, UAT, all the testing team, and then of course, you know, if you have the performance team, UI team, DB team, all you make a single package, make them all together. So when they make it together, it becomes your production house. One thing you pour it down, it will go through your SME. Who is your SME business? Your product owner. He has to take that requirement, give it, refine the requirement, give it back to you, and then again what will happen? It will go step by step. Yes or no? So this package includes this package is self-organized, self-managed and cross-functional team. Deliver 2720 story point in a product backlog, which is span across expected time for my 2720 is 1 year, which is how many release calendar? 4. Every quarter is one release. So release 1, release 2, release 3 and release 4. So initial assumption that to make it live, I need to complete 2720 story point. Let me divide it into the 4 bucket. So how much it will come? 680, something close to that one. So 680 story point I should complete. Here expected 680, here expected 680. Yes or no? So first page I need to forecast. Now what happened? You start now to achieve the 680 sprint. You do not know the velocity of your team. You can go back to see any other project, what was the velocity for the similar structure. You assume that okay, my velocity should be 20 or 30 or 60. Suppose assume my velocity from my past experience is 68. Assume. So how many sprint I need to complete this one? 10 sprint. Alright. So if you see the 10 sprint is required for my existing velocity. But how much time I do have in a release calendar? Every month is how many sprint? Assume that it's a 2 sprint is 2 weeks is 1 sprint. So in a month 2. Yes or no? In a 3 month? 6. So it means 6 sprint I have, but I do not have the 680 because depending on my velocity. Then we need to figure it out. Do I need to scale this Scrum? Matlab, can I make one more team enable here who can also deliver that one? Case number 2, suppose you are starting your project, you do not have the velocity, but the team found that velocity is 50. So in the what happened in the release burn down chart, this is my release burn down chart, alright, release R1, R0, R1, release 2, release 3, release 4. I need to complete 2720 story point. My ideal graph should look like, alright. But in the release 1, I was able to deliver from 2070 to, say for example, my expected in the R1, I should actually complete. This is say for example 600. Okay. But I actually completed 300. I am here. So my release, this is my desire or the planned one, right? This is my planned release calendar or the velocity. But I actually delivered 300. Okay. So now if this is the case, then you extrapolate on the specific release one. If I extrapolate here, it looks like I need 1.5 release more to complete the data.